Hello everybody, what is up? Welcome back. I hope all of you who are watching are having a beautiful day thus far. As you can tell by today's title, we are going to be doing love predictions for 2026. This is for everybody. I will be doing a separate love predictions for the singles later on, but for right now, this is just going to be love predictions for 2026 for all of you. So with that being said, as you guys can see here, we do have 4 piles. I did not use any crystals today. I believe in your guys' ability to use your intuition without the crystals. So here we go. We have pile 1 with the bouquet, pile 2 with crossroads, pile 3 with the anchor, and pile 4 with the sun. If you guys need a moment to meditate on which pile is calling your name, you're free to do that right now. If you want to pick more than one, you are welcome to do so. However, with this particular reading, I would suggest that you just pick one. Once you do pick your pile, you guys, you can check out the description box. That's where I always leave my timestamps. And with that, everybody, I will see you in your reading. Hello, group number 1. Welcome to your reading. We're going to start off with our little zodiac dice. We have Capricorn and Libra. Hello, Cappy. Hello, Libra. We also have Aquarius and Pisces. So Capricorn, Libra, Aquarius, Pisces. Hello, hello. If your sign did not pop up, that is okay. I view the dice as extra, as like a little dessert on the side, extra confirmation. There are also zodiac signs that will pop up throughout the reading. So with that being said, can we please get a message for group number 1 on what is expected for their love life in 2026? Oh. What is expected? Interesting. Also, as always, you guys, if you do want a personal reading, check those out in the description box. I usually restock on the 1st of every month for personal readings. Interesting, guys. Okay. So I think really positive things are happening for you. If you picked group 1, which by the way, if you picked group number 1, I will say people pick group 1 the least out of all of the groups, which I find interesting. But point is, this is a group where I feel like you guys are experiencing a heightened sense or a more intense love connection. I don't know, right? If you're in a relationship or if you're single, whatever, I don't think that necessarily matters. I am seeing really intense connection here because we have the 2 of Cups, we also have the Lovers, we have the 9 of Pentacles, which is exciting, and the Unknown card is actually feeling rather exciting as well. I feel like this is leaving room for you to create, for you to open up new doors, for you to kind of paint your own picture, your own story. So running through everything really quickly, the 2 of Cups is, like I said, representing 2 lovers coming together. So is the Lovers. The 2 of Cups, oftentimes I view this as 2 people choosing each other. It's like, I'm choosing to be with you. I'm choosing to do life with you. I'm choosing to move forward in this process with you. So it's really beautiful. I really love when the 2 of Cups makes an appearance in a love reading. The 9 of Pentacles is representing value. Okay, so something that we view as extremely valuable. This is going to be a relationship or a person that is coming into your life that you will have a relationship with where you're going to feel like they are extremely valuable or the relationship itself is very valuable. The Lovers is very similar to the 2 of Cups. Sometimes the Lovers could be referencing like choosing a path that is better for you and not thinking about anybody else and just thinking about yourself and moving in that direction. However, with this particular deck, I do tend to read the Lovers in a very generic way. I think that it is simply representing the archetype of lovers coming together. The 8 of Cups is interesting because the 8 of Cups is talking about walking away from something, leaving an aspect or leaving a person behind, leaving an aspect of a relationship behind. And then the Unknown card, again, I'm viewing that as you having the free will or you having the ability to paint your own picture. So what I'll say with all of this is, if you are single, I very strongly believe that you are going to be meeting a very important person in 2026. You are going to be leaving behind certain belief systems or certain mindsets when it comes to love. I think this person is helping you with that. For those of you in a relationship, if you've been struggling in your relationship, I do believe that healing is going to occur within this relationship, or you are flat out choosing to walk away, and you will be finding another relationship in 2026. I don't think this is going to be a year where you are spending the majority of it single. I don't think this is going to be a year of loneliness or feeling like you are desiring a partner, right? This feels like a year where your love life is really being highlighted in a positive way. Can I get some confirmation or more information on that 8 of Cups, please? Planning ahead for the future. Some of you guys could be picturing your lives with this person, like growing old, thinking about retirement, thinking about having children, thinking about your wedding. The aspect that you're leaving behind, I don't think is very significant. Again, for those of you where there's been perhaps hurdles in your relationship, you are leaving that behind and you're looking forward. You're saying, hey, the past is the past. I can't do anything about that. I'm choosing to move forward with this person. For those of you who are single, I'm very much just seeing it as like leaving behind your single days. Perhaps leaving behind some of the habits or some of the things that you were doing or believing in while you were single. I'm going to leave the unknown card alone. I do feel like sometimes I like a little bit of information on that. However, I like the energy of this right now. I feel like this is a really good energy of what is happening in your love life really being up to you and in your hands. So with that being said, can we please get a message for group number 1? What is their love life going to look like in 2026? You guys, so 9 of Pentacles, this is money, this is value. We have the 2nd house of owning. I would not be surprised if you guys are going to be signing like marital contracts in 2026. I'm also seeing the 2nd house as, again, viewing your love life as something very valuable. Yes, for some of you that could be indicating you are dating somebody who is has means, or it could mean that your financial situation yourself is improving through this person. I do believe you guys, right? Like when you fall in love, you have a desire to be the best version of yourself. When you genuinely love somebody or when you're genuinely falling in love in a pure manner, it motivates you to be better. It motivates you to be the best version of yourself. So seeing that show up could also be representing, like I said, working harder or putting in more effort towards your finances because you want to have this beautiful life with this person. Venus is not surprising. Venus is the planet of love and beauty, romance, abundance. So again, group number 1. All in all, this seems like a really positive year for your love life. I want more information on who this person is in just a moment, but I think it's important to cover the overall energy for you guys about what you can expect. What can group number 1? True love. This is a romance of a lifetime. For some reason, and I don't feel like I've ever spoken about The Notebook. Maybe I have on here, but this is giving me very much The Notebook for some of you. And I'm not the type of tarot reader to encourage people to get back together with their exes. But for some of you, it almost feels like there was a relationship in your past where it was right person, wrong time. Like the timing was just off for whatever reason. Maybe you were going away to university. Maybe they were. Maybe there was, a variety of different things going on that caused you to separate. For some of you, this person is going to be coming back into your life. For the vast majority of you, I believe this is a current relationship that you're healing or somebody completely new coming in. But with this true love here, it just takes me back to that energy of like The Notebook. Like nobody can compare to this person. Nobody is going to make you feel as strongly as you felt with this person, and revisiting that and recapturing that relationship. For those of you, again, who are single, it's not to say that you're not experiencing this true love. For those of you in a relationship, again, if things have been hard, I believe you are finding some type of path with this person. You were either choosing to heal together and then finding this reconnection of true love, or you were choosing to walk away and plan for your future, potentially finding somebody else and building that life with them. And then again, we have new love. For those of you who are single, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Again, for those of you who are in a relationship that perhaps needs adjusting, it could be as if your relationship feels like the love is new, the connection feels fresh because of the steps you're taking to heal. Okay, sorry guys, I did not look at the camera. I hate when the cards do that. It drives me insane, or when I do that to the cards, I should say. Okay. Can I get a message for group 1 on what is expected for 2026 in their love life? Spiritual maturity, the garden, and luminosity. So luminosity takes me back to what I was saying about building yourself, right? Like putting yourself in a position where you're like, I want to be the best version of myself for this person, for our future. The garden, again, I've spoken about the garden so many times. This is very much the energy of we're going to work together on this. Same thing with spiritual maturity. So moving forward, can we get, I'm not going to read you half the deck. We have pacify, and we have protection, kindness, and undertake. So reassure, persuade, clarify, identify. Pacify is interesting to me because that tells me that there's something here regarding your love life where you feel perhaps a little bit unsure. For those of you stepping into this reading, you could have been nervous, you could have been scared, or again, have a feeling of like, oh, I don't know if this is going to be good. So perhaps this reading itself is providing some type of like reassurance or clarification, some type of pacifying, right? I think this is a good time to transition the reading from what you can expect with your love life to who this person is and what to expect from them. I do want a timeline before we jump into that. Can I get a timeline of when these positive events can be expected next year? The next full moon. What did I say, guys? So this is not for all of you, and I want that to be super clear. If I'm being completely honest, the vast majority of you are not in a relationship. The vast majority of you are single. There are a few of you here, again, where there's been like hiccups within your relationship and you are going to be working on healing that this upcoming year. And there's maybe like a handful of you where there's this person who's been on your mind and you have a deep desire to revisit that connection. You have a deep desire to rekindle the relationship. And I don't know how that relationship is being rekindled in 2026, but I do believe there will be opportunity to do that. So again, amazing chemistry, terrible timing is for a very select few of you. With that, let's dive into who this person is. For those of you in a relationship, this may be a great time to check out because you already know who your partner is. But those of you who are single, this is going to describe what this person's like. Can we get a message for group number? Oh, interesting. So we have the books and we have the snake. It's giving very Ravenclaw and Slytherin. So what I'm taking from this is, number one, this person is going to be very transformative in your life. This person is going to be somebody who perhaps is a little bit misunderstood. The astrological energy I'm getting from both the book and the snake feels like Scorpio, Gemini, potentially Aquarius as well, Capricorn, heavy Capricorn energy, Virgo as well. So with that, again, the snake is representing transformation, change, things evolving, things perhaps being challenged within this relationship, a person who's going to challenge you, a person, like I said, who perhaps is misunderstood, someone who also leans on their mind, somebody who leans on their intellect, their ability to communicate, their ability to learn. That, I don't want to call it a crutch because it's not a crutch, but it's something that they depend on very greatly, is their ability to receive information and use that to their benefit. That is the case for a lot of people. But their ability to take in information feels like a talent of theirs. So utilizing that to benefit them. Oh my goodness, why are my hands so just... I feel like I'm dropping the decks left and right. Can I get a message for group number? Okay. This is going to be rough, guys. And not in a bad way, but I feel like I'm going to be a little choppy in how I explain this person. So, number one, the grave and the bouquet. Those are the first two that came out of this deck. I am reading that as somebody who is both like beautiful and dark, somebody who is perhaps a little traumatized or a little messed up, but also like elegant, and they smell nice and they're sweet, but it feels like a combination of the darkness and the light coming together. It feels like a combination of somebody who's a little bit gritty, but also romantic. What I'm getting from this person's personality based on this is they are a romantic. I don't think that's something that they display to the public, right? I don't think their friends would be like, oh yeah, Chris is a really romantic. I don't think that they would describe Chris in that way. I also do believe that this person has had to experience a tremendous amount of loss, whether that is through loved ones or experiences, opportunities. This person may feel a bit like they have gotten like the bad end of the stick each time. What I'm getting from the bear, it very much feels like I'm going to do what I have to do to survive. And again, circling back to the snake, there's this feeling of being misunderstood. There's this feeling of people passing judgment on me, people seeing me in an incorrect light, and I can't do anything to control that because I was just acting in my best interest. I was just doing what I had to do in order to survive. So I do think that there is a brutality to this person. I don't think that that is who they are. I think that is what they have had to become in order to, again, move themselves along through life. Okay, so a romantic, an intellect, somebody who perhaps likes reading, likes learning, somebody who is misunderstood, somebody who very much will do the dirty work or will do perhaps things that are not pleasant in order to survive. That could be through their work, that could be through their education, that could be through the connections that they make, right? The networking that they have to do. But I do believe that your person is going to be somebody who is very much willing to sacrifice or sees the value in sacrificing. With that, I think we should go ahead and pull from our bowl. Can we get a message on who group number one's person is for 2026? Who is group number one? Okay. I also do want to get some physical appearances. Oh, almost knocked over my matcha, you guys. Okay. We'll read that and then I'll pull some letters at the end. We have copper brown hair. We have rosy cheeks. We have Moscow. The last time Moscow popped out, I asked you guys if there was anyone from Russia watching, and so many of you were like, yes. So love you guys the most. Hello. We have books. Again, intellect is very much a attribute of this person. We have thick lashes. We have Silva. We have Saturn. You know what? The grave and the bouquet is giving me very much that Saturnian energy, right? Of being brutal, but also presenting you with something beautiful. Being cold and hard, but also having a positive or lucky side to it. So Saturnian energy makes a lot of sense. Again, Capricorn and Aquarius was something that was standing out to me when the snake showed up. So, and I did mention that, so it's not surprising to me that Saturn is also here. We have high roller. This is somebody who, again, is willing to take risks. This person is somebody who's had to take risks in order to, again, move themselves along. We have Australia. We have take action. We have passion. We have fall. We have adaptable. This person's very street smart, you guys, and I don't know if this is a combination of somebody who's very street smart, but also has been traditionally like academically, I was gonna say trained. I don't know if that's how I should word that, but it could be that they are both book smart and street smart, but I am very much picking up on their ability to adapt. And the fact that I do believe a lot of them are extremely street smart. We have London here. We have vacation. We have works with animals. We have a new start. We have Toronto. So Toronto, London, Moscow, Australia. We have Europe. So hello just to all of Europe. Love you guys so much. 2030, risky, chest, athletic. We have wavy. We have Pisces, funny. 22 or the 22nd. Okay, that seems to be, oh, we have R. Okay, I'm going to pull a few from our physical attributes. Can we get some more messages for group number 1? I don't want that many, guys, so I'm going to try to not pull that many. And then we're going to pull a few little letters. Again, not too many. Okay. So we have blessed from above. We have you will be so nervous when you first meet them. A straight nose, thick hair, type B. Co-workers in love, you guys may be meeting through work. You have smaller lips. G, A, G, F, O, R, V, D, J. Okay. All right, group number 1, that is what I have for you guys for your 2026 love predictions. All in all, I feel like if you pick this pile, your love life is moving in a really positive direction. There's either healing taking place in your relationship, you are meeting someone new and really falling in love with this person, engaging in what seems to me to be a long-term relationship. I'm not seeing marriage here. I'm not seeing anything like that, but I do see making plans for the future. So that could, again, indicate moving through the next year, planning for marriage, planning for living together or having children together or whatever it may be. Keep this in mind, you guys. You are painting a lot of this yourself, okay? As you go, as you walk through this relationship, you are making these decisions as you go. So sorry, we have a smoldering stare as well. So with that being said, that is all I have for you, group number 1. Thank you so very much for allowing me to read for you. I'm sending you so much love, and that is all I've got. So, bye. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your guys' reading. We're going to go ahead, as always, and start off with our zodiac dice. So we have Libra and we also have Aries. Hello, Libra. Hello, Aries. Sun, moon, rising. We have Taurus and Leo. Hello, Taurus. Hello, Leo. Sun, moon, rising. Now, there will be zodiac signs, you guys, that pop up throughout the reading. So keep that in mind that the dice are extra. It's dessert. If your sign popped up, great. If it didn't, no big deal. Also, if you do want a personal reading, as always, the description box is where you will find those. Can we please get a message for group number 2 regarding their 2026? What is happening for them in love? What can they expect regarding their love life? Can I just say, I love what I'm seeing so far. The magician and the 9 of Cups. This is magical energy. This is quite literally magic. So the 9 of Cups, you're getting what you want. You are going to be happy. I want you guys to say that to yourselves regarding your love life. I want you to expect good things in your love life. And the magician being here as well, this is representing having the tools that you need to get what you want to get. So if any of you are struggling with insecurities, or if you feel like you aren't good enough for a relationship, you can't attract the type of relationship you want, I really need you to tell yourself to shut up and understand that you already have what you need in order to attract the type of relationship that you want. So the only thing that's holding you back is your belief in the ability to do so, the ability to go out and find this person or to find this relationship. For those of you in a relationship, I'm very much seeing this as you have the tools that you need in order to have this relationship feel magical, feel happy, feel fulfilling. Interesting. And then the Fool is here. So this is a new chapter in love, you guys, which is also very exciting. Again, especially with the 9 of Cups and the magician here, it tells me that this new chapter in love is going to be one that is very much fulfilling and potentially magical for some of you. So let's keep going. Can we please get a message for group 2? I love this. Some of you guys are going to get married in 2026. Some of you guys are going to get engaged in 2026. Some of you guys are going to be moving in with a partner in 2026. And there are some of you who are watching this right now where you either very recently met this person or you are not yet in a relationship with this person. So hearing that may be surprising, but by the end of the year, I do believe that you will be living with this person, or at least talking about your future and how you want to build a future together. Again, maybe that's getting married, maybe that's getting engaged, maybe that is getting an apartment or a home together. We have the 7 of Pentacles, and I have grown to love the King of Swords so much. So 7 of Pentacles is a little rough. I don't love that energy for you guys, but the reality is relationships require work, and the 7 of Pentacles is talking about work. It's talking about effort that we have to put in. So, right, everybody deserves, or everybody in theory is deserving of an easy, fluid relationship. But the reality is no relationship, or the majority, 99% of relationships are not like that or don't remain like that. So this does tell me that you are gonna have to put an effort towards your love life, whether that is putting effort into your relationship, going to couples therapy, perhaps sitting down and having difficult conversations, learning better ways of communication with your partner, or potentially even like doing some inner work on yourself. I know for me, I've talked about this several different times throughout the years. I really do struggle with pushing people away. That is a flaw of mine in relationships. I am not great at being sweet and cuddly and warm and fuzzy. I am quite prickly in romantic relationships, which is obviously a problem. So that is something that I've had to work on and take accountability for over the past few years. So that could also be something that you guys are working on, or maybe you are someone who struggles with your attachment style, right? Maybe you feel like you're too clingy, or maybe you feel like you're too controlling, or too this or too that. What I know is that there is work required within this relationship in order to make it healthy, in order to make it feel stable. I do feel like for those of you who are single, you will be meeting somebody who you want to build a future with in 2026. The King of Swords is interesting to me. Because the King of Swords is obviously somebody who is representing as a man, somebody who is presenting as very masculine, who is a little detached, a little removed emotionally. This is somebody who is incredibly intelligent, somebody who's calculated, somebody who is brutal when necessary. I have very recently started connecting him to like a Rhysand. If any of you guys are ACOTAR fans, he very much gives me Rhysand energy. Not completely detached from emotion, but less emotional than perhaps the average. So with that, I think we should get a few more. Can we please get a message? Okay. Slow and steady. So what the Knight of Pentacles is telling us is that your love life is going to be progressing in a healthy, steady way in 2026. It's not going to be fast. It's not going to be something that hits you like a bus, right? It's going to be a little bit slower. The progression is going to feel very even when it comes to the speed. And I do feel like you guys are trying to build something meaningful and long lasting. So that is the goal. That is the focus, is building stability and longevity within your love life. Okay. Moving us forward to what you can expect in 2026 for your love life. What can group number 2 expect? Secret help. Like I said, going back to that 7 of Pentacles, right, guys? There is no shame in saying we need help. We need help with the way that we communicate. We need help to heal our own trauma or our own issues. There's nothing wrong with getting help. I hate the stigma around therapy or around mental health. I really hate it. There's nothing wrong with receiving help. So if you feel like you need help, or if your relationship is struggling and you have the ability to do so, because I do recognize that it's a privilege for many of us to be able to have the ability to go and seek mental help. If you have that, please take advantage of it. Please, please, please. We have betray as well. I'm going to be honest, guys. I don't think that you are being betrayed in 2026. I think that you have a fear of betrayal that you are really struggling with. So I will go ahead and read this. This is divergence, different values, change of heart, thought manipulation. And again, because we have this Seven of Pentacles and because we have secret help here and we have that Knight of Pentacles, I believe a lot of you who picked pile 2, you have been betrayed before in the past. So there is this concern or this fear around moving forward romantically. And perhaps that's why we are moving slower, right? Perhaps that's why we're taking our time, because we do want to build something stable. We do want to get married, or we do want to have a long-lasting, healthy relationship. So this is okay. This is okay. Take your time. It's okay to go slow. It's okay to take your time. All right. Can I get a message for group number 2? Healing heart. Okay, so healing heartbreak, toxicity or addiction, abusive relationship. Again, I'm seeing this as a lot of you who picked pile 2, you may still have some residual hurt, pain, concerns around your romantic life. And again, that is okay. You are allowed to feel what you're feeling. You're allowed to feel jaded. You're allowed to feel betrayed. You're allowed to not trust, right? You don't have to be trusting, group number 2. It's okay to not trust people. What's not okay is to be like, I don't trust people, and then getting into a relationship and making that somebody else's burden. I think that you have to focus your energy on healing your heart and putting yourself not in a perfect place, but in a place where you're perhaps a little bit mentally healthier, where you do feel like you can trust a little or take on a little bit more. If this has occurred in a relationship that you're currently in, you guys, then again, my suggestion with that would be to seek out help. We have the Runner. This is fear of intimacy, running away, intensity and letting go, turmoil and fleeting. Again, I can very much relate to that. That is something that you have to work on within yourself. If you do not work on that, you will continue to run into the same lessons, the same problems over and over and over again. If we can go back and revisit the Fool really quick. The Fool, we can connect to running, or we can connect to being a bit avoidant, especially with the King of Swords here. Although I think that there is value in, right, trying to protect yourself and running away from intimacy or running away from intense relationships or relationships where we don't feel 100% stable, I think the healthy thing to do in that is to, again, slow it down, seek out help, reflect. Is this my fear of intimacy? Is this my past trauma? Or is this something that is what I'm experiencing with this current person or this current relationship? Okay. Can we get a message for group number 2? We have a honeymoon period, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. I do often see a honeymoon period as like starting a new relationship, having butterflies, being really excited about somebody. And what I think is interesting is on the flip side of that, we have free yourself. And it's time to take back control of your life. So it's very possible for the vast majority of you that the beginning of the year is going to be focused on like this healing era, right? Or the energy that you would put towards a relationship, you're putting it towards yourself. You're focusing on freeing yourself. You're focusing on taking back control of your life and putting yourself in a position that makes you happy. I do think that if you are wanting something to be stable and long lasting, it is best to put yourself in the healthiest position possible. Again, I don't believe that people have the ability to be perfect. So I don't want you guys to hear me say this and go, oh, Cenus is saying that I'm going to work on myself in the beginning of the year so I can be perfect. And if I don't reach this level of perfection, then I'm not good enough for love. You are. I think this part of the message is specifically for those of you who have gone through betrayal more recently, or where you feel like the betrayal that you have experienced is still impacting you. What can group number 2 expect for their love life? We have manifestation again with the Magician here. I do think that you guys are manifesting a relationship. The vast majority of you are manifesting a healthy relationship. I think in order for those manifestations to come through, I do believe that you will have to feel more aligned. Now, what I think is interesting about this depiction here, and I don't think I touch on this enough when this card comes up. So her heart, her solar plexus, and her root are all aligned, right? These are the highlighted chakras that are coming up. So her heart is aligned with her feeling of passion and excitement. Her heart is aligned with her feeling of safety, right? Her root is highlighted here. Her root and her heart are highlighted here because these two are representing, right? Love, feeling, emotion, but also the root is I feel grounded, I feel safe, I feel secure. So when you are manifesting group 2, I want to encourage you guys to, again, first focus on this root, focus on your heart, okay? I do feel like when people meditate or when people are doing energy point work, chakra work, however you want to go about using that terminology, I do feel people neglect their root. I do feel people neglect their root and they go straight to their third eye or their crown. And I think that more attention needs to be spent on this root. So yes, you will be manifesting love into your life in 2026. But I think in order to do that in a healthy way, we have to make sure we feel safe. We have to make sure we feel grounded. We have to make sure that we feel secure in who we are, where we are at. Your heart and your root should be connected. And then we have creativity. So I am reading creativity as going on dates, right? Getting to know someone, having fun, not necessarily putting a whole lot of pressure on yourself to find the one or to find like your end all be all, but just enjoying the process and the creativity that comes along with dating. Can we get a message for group number 2 on what they can expect in their love life in 2026? A power balance. Okay, so have mutual respect and shared responsibilities. This is equality, respect, and care. We also have mend souls. Love with purpose, heal with compassion, empathy, forgive, renew. So again, for those of you who are in a relationship where betrayal has taken place, it's very possible that you are working on healing that in 2026. For those of you who are single, I am more so reading it as you taking the time to heal on your own. You taking the time to make sure that you're in a healthy place so that you can manifest and bring about a relationship or a connection that is healthier. So with that being said, you guys, I do think I want to go ahead and dive into some more astrology before we move on to who this new person is. We have the North Node. Oh, okay. Oh, we have Saturn and Jupiter. Interesting. So the North Node is representing where we are supposed to go. The North Node is representing our destiny. It's what we are evolving into in this lifetime, right? Our Saturn return, some of you guys could be entering your Saturn return. Saturn is going into Aries, I believe, in February. So if that is something that is occurring, perhaps you're taking this time to, again, really focus on healing past betrayal, past hurt. I do see that as making more mature decisions regarding your love life, group number 2. Making more sound, grounded, less frivolous. Like they're so cute, so I'm just going to go on a date with them. Or he makes me feel good, so I'm just going to keep putting up with whatever he's willing to give me, right? Like we're making more mature decisions. We're going, no, like that person isn't the healthiest for me. Or I feel really anxious when I'm around them, so I'm not going to keep putting myself in that situation. They aren't, right? They don't have the qualities in a partner that I would want long-term. So I'm not going to continue wasting my time with this person. I'm not going to give them my energy. Jupiter return benefits. This is telling me that as you are going through these lessons in 2026, as you are going through your healing journey in 2026, you are benefiting from this. So again, to me, I'm reading that as you are going to be having an important connection in 2026. I just think that there's a period of focusing on everything that we've already spoken about with the healing. Can we get a timeline for 2026? An important month. When will they be finding love? When will they be making these connections? next couple of years, May. So springtime could be very bountiful for you, group 2, when it comes to your love life. For those of you where love is not happening for you in 2026, it's possible that you are taking this entire year to heal, to grow, to evolve, to focus on your career, to focus on your hobbies, to focus on your mental health, and that is okay. Perhaps the love that you are receiving this year is the love of yourself, the love of your friends, the love of your family. Now, obviously, you guys, not everybody who picked pile 2 is going to be single for the entirety of 2026. That is not reasonable. That is not rational. I do believe some of you will be entering into a relationship, or some of you will be healing a current relationship, but I think that, again, there is a period of time where you're kind of focused on other things. You're not necessarily focused on finding a relationship January 1st, 2026. So May could be a good time to maybe not meet this person, but expect things to be blossoming, expect a bloom in your love life. So let's see if we can get the energy of who may be coming into your life in 2026. Who will be coming into their life? Safety and luck. The house and the clover, right? Our home, our house represents protection, safety, stability, right? Consistency. The clover showing up, the clover is representing abundance. It's representing luck. It's representing these really, really great things happening. Not necessarily for any reason other than we are just getting lucky. So the person that's coming into your life, you guys, I think is somebody who could be a Sagittarius, first of all, could be a Sagittarius. This person could also be somebody who is born in May, maybe March. Somebody who's stable. I think this person would be okay with you taking things slow. Again, because the house is representing that stability, that groundedness. Who is coming into group number 2's love life? We have a crossroads. Again, I think this is representing you guys, group 2. I think this is representing where you're at. Some of you are going to choose to take the rest of the year to focus again on your career, on your hobbies, on your mental health, on building a life that's going to make you happy. Others of you are going to have an opportunity to fall in love and to meet somebody. So we're taking 2 different paths, and then we have the house here again. So I do believe that the house is representing something that is stable and long lasting. So expect stability and something more long lasting in 2026 for your love life. I think. Okay. I think now we will go ahead and move on to our goblet and pull some messages for you again on what you can expect in your love life in 2026. Let's pull their physical appearance. Oh. And let's get some letters. Okay, so starting with letters, we have G, we have R, we have A, we have B, L, N, I, J, V, O, U, E, F. So you guys can sit there and play with that. We have the end, a dream come true. We have 27. We have browse. We have soldier. This person could be in the military. I guess you watching could also be in the military. We have exceptional. We have yin and yang. So if you are meeting someone this year and entering into a relationship again, to me, it feels like something that would be more stable, long-lasting, grounded. Balance, I think, is required for all those things. We have light brown. Oops, we already read that. We have Sagittarius here, which I did say that with the clover. Also with Jupiter benefits, we have tattoos, we have finance, we have spicy. This person could be a Capricorn as well, you guys. We have, you will be unusually successful in business. We have facial hair. We have 23 or the 23rd. We have strong features. We have pause. We have Cancers. We have a trendy aesthetic. You love the way you feel with them. We have light hair, smoldering stare, a gentle approach. I do think that this person, again, if you guys are going to get into a relationship, this person would be somebody who has a more gentle approach. We have a resting bee face. We have beautiful. We have piercings. You will love kissing them. We have girl attractive, aka girl pretty. So I love this person's vibe. This person is going to appeal to a feminine audience. We have soulmate. We have a small chin. You look so good together. What is this? We have big hands. We have 30s. Kind eyes. Tanned skin. Okay, group number 2. That is what I have for you guys. I hope that today's message was helpful. Group number 2, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today. I really do appreciate it. I'm sending you guys so much love, and that is all I've got. Okay, bye. Hello, group 3. Welcome to your guys' reading. We're going to start off with our zodiac dice. We have Gemini and Aquarius. Hello, Gemini. Hello, Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising. We have Scorpio and Pisces. Hello, Scorpio. Hello, Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising. Okay, you guys, I'm going to start this reading off different than I did the other two. I guess that's not going to make a difference to you guys unless you picked either pile 1 or 2. But can I please get a message on a timeline for group number 3 on when they will be finding love, or the most important month for love in 2026 for group 3. So if you guys do want a personal reading, you can check out my description box. Give it time. It's in the works. 3 months from now. Okay, so depending on when you are watching this, it could be within the next 3 months that you are experiencing a significant change or shift within your love life in 2026. Can we get one more? Going too fast, slow down, take your time. This was a message that showed up for the last pile as well, which I find interesting. Essentially like a need to slow things down. So keep that in mind, group number 3, that whatever is going on in your love life in 2026, it's important to take your time and to make sure that you are doing things correctly, or that you're moving at a pace that is productive for growth or productive for health. I also want to say this could apply to those of you who are single. This could apply to those of you in a relationship. If you're planning a wedding, if you're planning on moving in with a partner, if you're planning on having a baby, if you're planning on whatever, like, just take your time. Make sure that you are going at a pace that makes sense for you and your situation. If something's feeling like it's moving a bit too fast, it is okay to request that things slow down. Okay, we have wise, trustworthy, caring, optimistic. This is representing somebody within your love life, so a romantic interest. Can I get... Oh, okay. I think we're fighting eagerness in 2026, immediate action. So a desire for things to move along quickly, a desire for things to progress with haste. So fighting against, oh, I feel like things are going too fast, but also I'm really eager to move forward. A little bit of a push and a pull is occurring. And then we have seeking help, talking conference consult. I don't know. I feel like I do that every time I see this card. So, I think my concern with this card, I don't even know if I want to call it a concern, but my instant reaction that comes up with this card is like, are you listening to your friends or the people around you when it comes to the decisions that are being made regarding your romantic life? I am not the kind of person, group 3, to take advice from friends or family when it comes to my own personal decisions, for various different reasons. But I do think it's important to note when everybody around you is saying the same thing, or if everybody around you is like, hey, he kind of sucks, she kind of sucks, maybe you should slow down. I do think that is when red flags should go up, or your antenna should go up, and you should take what the people who love you are saying, you should take what they're saying into consideration. Okay. I'm almost getting the energy of like, a lot of you who are watching this, you're single, right? And you meet someone and it feels almost like they have this wise, trustworthy, caring, positive personality. And because of that, there's almost this like, oh, I want to lock this down, or oh, it's safe for us to go ahead and get engaged or to get pregnant or to move in together. And I almost feel like the universe is like, but is it? Like, should you move at this pace or should you slow things down? And again, specifically for those of you where your friends and family are kind of like, hey, bestie, maybe like, what's going on? Why is this moving so quick? So I do think slowing down, and again, not acting on first impressions or not running at light speed towards hiring or increasing the intensity of this relationship is going to be more beneficial to take things slow. Can I get a message for group number 3? We have the sun. So the sun is representing success and happiness, things feeling really positive, really good. I love that for you guys. Can I get a message? The 6 of Swords is a change in the winds. Okay, so things shift, things change, things evolve. Feeling stuck. A need to protect yourself. Okay, what is happening for group number 3? Success, having a lot of options in front of you. Death. I want one more. Okay. And you guys know, whenever Cenus asks for one more card, the cards give her 2. Okay, so Death, 3 of Swords, the World. All right, guys. So, what are we taking away from the tarot? I'm going to be honest. This is reading to me as a short-term relationship, but a short-term relationship that we had anticipated being more long-term. For those of you who are in a relationship, I would highly suggest you pick a different pile. I would highly suggest that. For those of you who are single, I think this would be a good pile for you to listen to, because I do think that this is going to be something to look out for. The sun, like I said, is happiness, success, radiance, being so excited about the era of life that you're in. This is reading to me as the honeymoon stage. This is reading to me. I'm so sorry if you guys can hear my dragon in the background. He is very upset at something out front, but if it gets too bad, I will pause. This is great. Okay. Very much a honeymoon phase, very much a honeymoon period. The 6 of Swords is not negative. The 6 of Swords is necessary for everybody to go through transition, to go through change in relationships, in work, in life. Like, it's important that we grow, we evolve, we change, we move forward, right? Fantastic. Love it. My issue starts to come in when we have this Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is representing a lack of progress. So it feels like things are moving really quickly and transitioning really quickly. And then there's a pause. We're stuck on something. And now it's like, okay, there's a need for me to feel protective of myself or my resources. We're still feeling successful. We're still feeling optimistic about where our energy is going. But then as we get down further here, it's like we have a lot of options. I'm reading this as somebody who is not closing their options, right? I'm reading this as a person who perhaps is in a relationship, but still keeping their options open, which I don't love that. We have death, something coming to a close. The 3 of Swords, heartbreak, sadness. The World, a chapter closing again. So the Death and the World. Death tends to be a little bit more jarring and difficult to digest. The World is representing essentially the same thing, but we're ending or we're closing a chapter with peace. So These are two sides of the same coin. Things are ending, okay? I am very much reading this as a short-term relationship. And I think that there's still value, group number 3, in short-term relationships. And I don't think that you should look at this as a negative. I'm just wanting you to look at this and to be aware that if you encounter a connection where you feel like you're being love bombed or you feel like things are too good to be true, I don't want to plant the seed that things are too good to be true, but I do want to plant the seed of caution and to slow down. Nothing is going to, there's no harm in taking it slow. There's no harm in meeting a great guy or a great girl and getting to know them and taking a solid year to get to know them and to really understand them as a person and to understand their faults and their weaknesses and, things about them that may be a little bit more negative. That is okay to do. You don't have to run at lightning speed to marriage and babies and blah, 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 blah. You can take your time. Okay. Can we get a message? Commitment. A lot of you are going to be in a committed relationship. What I find interesting about this is the swans represent soulmates, right? I don't know if everybody here is aware, but I love swans. Swans are my favorite animal. And they oftentimes tend to mate for life. They oftentimes tend to have one mate throughout their entire lives, and they get very depressed and very sad and slidle when something happens to their mate or their mate passes away. It's very detrimental to a swan when their mate is no longer with them. So I do find that interesting because that reads to me as a very deep connection, one where somebody isn't keeping their options open. So it could be that there's two different connections that are showing up for you this upcoming year, right? Like having a more short-term relationship and then soon after finding someone who does desire this level of commitment or has the ability to offer up this level of commitment. We have worthiness as well, and that is also something, and I don't want to say it concerns me, but it does feel like we have to work on our worthiness, like what the value that we see within ourselves, right? Can I get a message for group? Yep. Can I get a message for group? Okay. Healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. We have a wedding. The situation involves marriage. Past life relationship. You've known each other before. Okay. So what I want to say, guys, it's very, very clear that there is a relationship here that you will experience in 2026 at a short term, and there's a relationship here that is more long term, that leads to marriage, that leads to commitment. I want to say this, some of you guys may end up getting married to this person who is keeping their options open, somebody who will eventually go on to break your heart. And some of you will choose to walk away from that person, start over, and perhaps meet somebody who has a better ability to commit or to be committal. I want to get a timeline for when you can expect this energy, because I'm liking what I'm seeing right here with the wedding, with the commitment, with the past life relationship. So when can group have faith that divine timing is at play? I'm going to pull, one more. By the end of the year, right? So it's not going to be surprising to me, group 3, if you're experiencing two different really intense and important connections in 2026. Again, one that's more short term, where it feels very intense at first, happy at first, joyful, right? And then it ends very quickly, or it ends maybe a few months after it begins. And then experiencing another relationship that feels more stable, or that feels a little bit healthier, at least in terms of like both of you being committed to the relationship itself. So I don't really, with the other two piles, you guys, I was trying to pick up on who the person was that was coming in. But with you guys, because there's two different people here, I don't know how productive that's going to be. So I think what I'll do is I'll pull a few more cards on what you guys can expect for the rest of the year in 2026 regarding love. Maybe I'll pull a few physical attributes and then end it there. Can I get a message? The butterfly. evolving, growth, next phase, healing inner child, releasing the past. We have swords and rose. Sword and rose. This is clarity, truth, revelation, honor, protection, determination. What is expected in 2026 for group 3? A mirror. Mirroring each other, self-reflection, introspection, inner wounds. What is expected? We have the clock. Needing time, cycles, takes time to heal, progressing. One more. Thank you. We have mask. Hiding true feelings, pretending, and delude, gaslight, personify. So, again, guys, if somebody seems too good to be true, I don't want to be the one to tell you that they are, but I will be the one to tell you to just take things slow, to take your time. I do think for those of you who picked this pile, it's very likely that by the end of 2026, you have a better chance of meeting somebody who is wanting a committed relationship or who has the capability. And I do want to word it that way because I almost feel like this first person that's coming up, it almost feels like they're incapable of being loyal, even if they desire it. It's like they have a hard time with closing their options. Oftentimes, you guys, that is a very sad situation because that tends to be coming from a person who is a bit insecure or who doesn't have like enough happiness within themselves to be alone. Okay, group number 3. What can be expected for group 3 during 2026 for their love life? Okay, so we have luck. We have the lady, and we have the anchor. So, unfortunately, the anchor can be really good or really bad, right? The reason I'm saying that is because we have 2 different energies here. So being stuck in the bad energy, being stuck with the person who has a hard time committing is never going to be a positive thing. Being grounded, right, is a great thing. So that could be representing feeling grounded and feeling like you have the ability to have that like stability within yourself, or it could be representing having a hard time letting go or moving on from the person who's a little bit more complicated. I do feel like pile 3 tends to be more complicated, you guys, because a lot of people are drawn to pile 3 in essentially every reading for whatever reason that may be. So I do feel like there tends to be this very layered message that comes through with this pile almost every single time. We also have luck here and we have the lady. So there is an aspect of luck for your love life in 2023. I also just feel like I think what the clover is representing is optimism and not giving up that belief that you will find love, that you will find someone who has the ability to love you and not just love you plainly, but love you in the way that you deserve to be loved. Can I please get some messages for group 3 on what is expected for their love life in 2026? What is expected? We have the key. It's perhaps new doors opening for you guys, new opportunities, the moon, yeah, things being revealed, things that are in the dark coming to light. Also being able to bloom or being able to move forward and to be happy despite the difficulties that you may be experiencing, despite the darkness, despite the murky waters, right? Can I have a message for group 3 on what is expected in their love life by the end of 2026? There's one that fell on the floor. Give me 1 second. Okay. So we have divine timing, trust in divine timing. Love arrives when it's meant to. We have gifts. Love's greatest gift is the ability to truly understand one another. And then imperfections. Love is a beautiful mess. Embrace its imperfections. I want one more. All right, adventure. Seek adventure together. It adds excitement to your journey. So there is a level of excitement or a level of adventure that you will be experiencing in your love life in 2026. Unfortunately, you guys, I don't know if you can hear that noise in the background, but there is work going on in my front yard. So I'm going to end the reading here, you guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I do believe that by the end of 2026, your love life will be in a better condition than where it started or how it's starting in 2026. But that is what I have for you guys. I love you. Have a good day. Bye. Hello, group number 4. Welcome to your guys' reading. We are going to start off with our zodiac dice. We have Aries and Cancer. Hello, Aries. Hello, Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising. We have Pisces and Libra. Hello, Pisces. Hello, Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising. If your sign didn't pop up, you guys, that is okay. The dice are extra. It's just dessert. If you guys do want a personal reading, you can check out my description box. I usually have them available on the 1st of every month, you guys. Unless I'm traveling or unless there's like some weird occurrence going on, I usually will have them posted on the 1st of every month. So with that being said, can we please get a message for group number 4 on what is expected in 2026 for their love life? Oh, I love that we're ending this on a high because this is the last pile and I just, I like that the last reading I'm doing today is going to be positive. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this is only 3 cards, but we have the 4 of Pentacles, the Star, and the 10 of Cups. This is really beautiful, you guys. And the way I'm reading this, it feels like you are receiving a blessing in 2026 regarding your love life. And it's something that you feel the need to protect. Sometimes when the 4 of Pentacles comes up, this could talk about somebody behaving in a very selfish or self-serving manner. However, for you guys, I am more so seeing this as wanting to protect the blessing that you're receiving. The blessing that you're receiving is this 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is representing essentially feeling really emotionally full, right? I see this as the early stages, falling in love, getting giddy and excited, having butterflies, when you get a text message or when you get to see this person. This is also representing, right, like a husband and a wife cherishing their child together, just feeling very fulfilled, like this is what we worked for, or this is the dream life that I envisioned for myself for years or since I was a child or whatever it may be. Now that's going to look different for all of you. Obviously, not everybody wants to get married, not everybody wants to have kids, but what we take from the 10 of Cups is essentially you are receiving an emotional blessing regarding your love life. So, and it's one that you want to protect. Can I please get a message for group? Okay. Some of you are going to become mothers or fathers in 2026. We do have the 5 of Cups, which is concerning for me. I'm gonna go ahead and pull some confirmation on that actually before I talk about anything else. So can we get confirmation, please, on the 5 of Cups? More information. Okay. So that's why I feel like sometimes you need confirmation, because sometimes the cards are just more dramatic on their own than after we explain them further. So the 5 of Cups is talking about disappointment. It's sadness. It's something not working out the way that we were wanting it to work out. Now, the reason I don't think this is a big deal, you guys, is the confirmation cards we have is Temperance, and we also have the 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords is representing a need to rest, and Temperance is representing a need to readjust. So I'm seeing the 5 of Cups not as something not working out in your romantic life or in your family life, but it being paused. Or, for example, guys, let's say, right, you're getting married next year and you're planning your wedding, and then there's a massive hiccup with the finances, or there's a massive hiccup with the planning. So you have to put it off. Yes, you're disappointed. Yes, you're sad, but it is necessary to readjust. It's necessary to move money around, or it's necessary to save more, taking that break in the planning process so that you can move forward later on in a more productive manner. Another more extreme version, you guys, would be perhaps, right, you do have a child, or you do conceive, and the reality is, you guys, the majority of pregnancies do not or the majority of fertilization does not lead to like birth. So with that being said, it's very possible that you are trying multiple times or throughout the year to get pregnant or to conceive. It's also very possible, right, for a lot of you, you're single and you're going on dates and you're like, ew, he sucks, she sucks, I am never going to find anyone. And there's perhaps frustration building within you. I do think taking a step back, right, if you find yourself going on dates with people that you just don't like, or who are not matching like what you're looking for, I want you to take a break. And I want you to take that time that you are not dating to intentionally not date and to readjust your intentions, to readjust your lifestyle, make alterations in your own life. So that way, when you come back to dating or when you open yourself back up to dating, you are in more of a position to attract what it is you are wanting to attract. Now, the Hierophant is telling me that there is going to be commitment for the vast majority of you in 2026. The Empress is telling me that you are receiving something beautiful. Perhaps you're feeling more creative in 2026. But I'm mainly seeing that as, again, a lot of you who picked pile 4, you are looking to start a family or you are looking to grow a long-lasting relationship. The 4 of Cups are offers coming in that we don't know if we want to take. I'm not reading too much into that. Again, for those of you who are single, I am kind of just seeing that as potentially a lot of frogs approaching you and wanting to date or wanting your number, and you're just like, I'm looking for Prince Charming, not a frog. Thank you very much. So with that, let's go ahead and get some oracle cards. Can we get a message for group number 4 on what is expected? Yeah. Okay, this is interesting that we have reconcile. This is resolving conflict, letting go of the past, forget the hate. So I want to revisit the 5 of Cups again, you guys, because I do believe in some way, shape, or form, all of you who picked pile 4, you are going to be experiencing like this blessing, this happiness, and then this disappointment. And I want you to remember that the disappointment is not something that's going to last. It's not something that's going to stand in the way of your happiness. It's just a time period where things are being put on pause and you during that period have to readjust. So I do believe the reconcile is more so referencing that situation that we've already spoken about, right? Resolving conflicts, letting go of the past, forgetting the hate, moving forward despite things not working out initially. We have Oath to the Moon. This is vows of love. And then social events. Interesting. So social events, established contact, invitation, fellowship. For those of you who are inside dwellers, for my hermits who are listening, if you want new things to happen in your love life, I'm going to need you to step outside. I'm going to need you to put yourself in uncomfortable social situations where you are interacting with people that you don't know, or you're interacting with people who perhaps you're not super familiar with. You need to put yourself in more social situations. For those of you who are single. Also, for those of you who are in a relationship, it's also positive and healthy to go out and like socialize. So I want to encourage everybody to go and do that. But specifically for those of you who are single, I do believe, again, the vast majority of you are taking some type of oath or some type of serious commitment regarding your love life. What does that mean? That means some of you, again, are getting engaged. Some of you are getting married. Some of you are moving in with a partner. Why am I saying these things? Because Oath to the Moon, vows of love. We are making a commitment towards our love. The Hierophant is representing commitment, signing contracts. So that is why I'm taking that away from this. Also, the fact that we have that 10 of Cups. Again, a lot of you who picked this pile, I would not be surprised if this is the year that you are going to meet your husband, or you're going to meet somebody that or your wife, or somebody that you're going to have a long-term relationship with. So let's get some astrology for you. Can we get a message for group 4? What is expected for group 4 in 2026 regarding their love life? We have Mercury, the mind. We have Libra, balance. I do think balance is playing a massive role for you guys in 2026. The role I think it's playing for you, again, is when things don't work out, I don't want you to look at it as like, I just have to give up. I'm just throwing my hands up and giving up. When you go on a date and the person that you're on the date with is uninteresting or annoying or whatever it may be, that doesn't mean that you need to just turn around and say, dating's not for me. Men, not for me. Women, not right? Like, don't give up on love, guys. Take that as a sign to find balance within yourself and within your own life. Take that as a sign to readjust things on a personal level. So then when you do, again, get back out there, you are more connected to who you are, more connected to the type of lifestyle you want to lead. And then again, attracting individuals who will also reflect that. Mercury in the mind is interesting. This is obtaining information, acquiring new information, communication showing up as well. Aries is a very active sign. This is initiating action, okay? So when I see something like Aries show up, what that tells me for you guys, group number 4, is that this is going to be a year in your love life that feels very fast-paced. It feels very fast-moving. There's a lot happening. I also feel like we are taking steps forward that are very productive regarding your love life, okay? And again, for those of you who are single, you have to get up and take action. If you're not going to take action, guess what? Like, what is happening? If you choose to stay here, you're going to stay here. If you choose to stay in the energy of that 4 of Swords where you're not doing anything and you're just resting, maybe that's what you need for 2026, but the cards say otherwise. The cards say right? It's fine to take a moment. It's fine to take a break. It's fine to rest. It's fine to readjust, but there's so much action that's going on here for you guys in 2026, and I want you guys to take advantage of that energy. Can we get a message for group number 4? We have reparenting yourself. Again, that could be the readjustments that are required, guys. We have abundance here. Beautiful. I want one more from this deck. Oh, okay. Connection. So what do we take from reparenting yourself and abundance? Focus on your money, right? Focus on growing. Focus on things that you want to expand in 2026. And I do feel like in you pouring into yourself and you pouring into your life, you are receiving more abundance, both financially and personally. Reparenting yourself is oftentimes talking about, again, making sure that you are, yes, readjusting, but also protecting yourself, right? Not putting yourself in positions where you feel like you're getting the short end of the stick, advocating for yourself, right? The connection is important because I do believe that is what this entire reading is about. I do believe for you guys, group number 4, that you are going to be leading a life in 2026 where love is a really big factor in your life and that you are feeling connected. You are feeling loved. You're feeling excited and giddy. You feel like your love life has been blessed. You feel like your love life has been granted this like dreamy experience. I do want to go ahead, you guys, and get just a little bit more for you. And then I want to dive into who this person is. For those of you who are in a relationship or who are married, I would say that this is going to be a year that's really positive for your relationship, for your marriage. I'm not seeing anything overly negative. Again, adjustments may be required throughout the relationship, but that's normal, I feel like, for every relationship. So I'm not seeing any big like hiccups or like you're gonna break up or you're getting divorced or anything like that. So if you're in a relationship, this is probably a good time for you to click away. But for all the people who are single, let's keep going. Can we please get further messages for group 4 on what is expected in their love life in 2026? Okay. And then I want this deck, and then we will dive, like I said, into more information on who this person is. Okay. So embrace change. Through challenges, true connection can flourish. This is journey, growth, and shift. We have first blush, whispers of affection. Whispers of affection make love bloom. Gentle romance, tender. So I find that interesting. I do believe that this is, again, that like giddy feeling of meeting somebody new and being so excited to get a text from them, or getting so excited when you are going to meet them for lunch or for dinner or whatever it may be. This is feeling like that first excitement, that honeymoon feeling. We also have true love here, and this is a deep, enduring connection going beyond superficial attraction. So again, you guys, it seems like there's really good things for you in 2026 regarding your love life. I want to understand who this is going to be about. Before we do that though, let's get a timeline of when you can expect the most movement in your love life in 2026. Can we please get time is frozen, right? Action is required, time is frozen. When it's going to be the best time? Timing is much further in the future. Indecision is causing delays. So the timing of your love life blossoming in 2026, group number 4, is really going to depend on your decisiveness, your ability to take action, your ability to move forward, your ability to, again, perhaps participate in social events. So I do want you guys to keep that in mind. It does seem to me that time is frozen, right? There are delays here. Those delays are dependent on you though. So if you don't want to experience these delays, if you don't want this love to blossom for you much further in the future, I think it's important for you guys to embrace that energy of Aries, or to embrace the energy of the cardinal signs, and to move forward. With that, I want to get a little bit of information on who this person is that's coming in for you guys. Who are they? Who are they? Oh, so they are the sun. This could be a Leo. This could also just be somebody who feels like sunshine, somebody who feels really energizing to be around. We have the ship as well. Whenever I see the ship, I do read it as potentially someone who comes from a different background than yourself. So, right, like their hereditary background is perhaps different than yours. Maybe they are literally coming in from a different country. Let's get a few more. Who is this person? Oh, we have a little puppy dog. So this person may have a dog, or this person could have characteristics of like a puppy, or a dog, somebody who's loyal, somebody who's kind. Every dog is different, so I do feel like it's hard to pinpoint what characteristic your particular partner has. I do know, right, like a Doberman acts very different than a Labrador. So depending on who this person is as a person, that's going to manifest differently, but they may be reminiscent of a dog. The sickle is interesting to me as well. The sickle is talking about removing something that is no longer it's no longer viable, or it's no longer meant to last. So this could be somebody who has an easy time letting go of the past, or an easy time moving on from things. Can we get, and we have the sun again. So optimistic. This is giving me golden retriever, you guys, just based on the fact that we have 2 suns here. The sun feels very much like golden retriever, Labrador energy. Somebody who's energetic, somebody who is perhaps funny and likable, somebody who's social. So with that, let's go ahead and pull from our bowl. Who is group number 4 going to be entering into a relationship with in 2026? Okay, we're gonna get a bit more. Can we get physical characteristics of this person? Oops, okay. Hopefully that's okay. Wait, stop. Golden retriever, what did I say? This person's a golden retriever. Okay. We're gonna get some letters. Okay. That's a lot, but that's fine. We have V, S, blank. So you can use that as a filler if you guys are missing a singular letter. We have A, we have O, we have R, we have E, we have K, we have N, N. We have A again, we have L, O, and A. Okay, we have facial hair, copper brown hair, late 30s, round face. I also want to state this: if you are under the age of 18, that late 30s is obviously not for you. Honestly, I would say if you're under the age of 25, that late 30s is not for you, but I digress. We have every rose. We have thick hair. What is this? We have, you'll be so nervous when you first meet them. Not at first, but with time. Ooh, devastatingly attractive. We have R. Okay. And golden retriever, you guys. Again, this person is giving golden retriever just based on the fact that we have the sun here twice. We have 37 years of age, so that is connected to that late 30s. We have 1111, travel near, running late, a mutual, so perhaps you guys have mutual friends. We have past, we have D, big in build, ooh, long arms. We have Virgo. Hello, Virgo. Love you so much. We have east. Ooh, complex. We have September. Prince Charming. Like I said, we're not kissing any frogs, or we're done with the frogs in 2026. We have glasses. Intimidating, and I believe that, and scar. That is it. Okay, group number 4. What we have from this person is this is going to be somebody who has golden retriever energy, facial hair, copper brown, thick hair. You're going to be incredibly nervous around them. You're going to be very attracted to them. I do believe, again, for those of you who are over the age of 25 specifically, it's likely this person is in their 30s, particularly their late 30s. You guys may have mutual friends in common. The running late is interesting to me, again, because we do have those delays in the timeline in which you guys are meeting, because, again, the timeline is based on you, group number 4. So the more action you take, the further along you will be on this timeline. But that is what I have for you, group number 4. Thank you so very much for allowing me to read for you today. I really do appreciate it. I love you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And that is all I've got. So, bye.